All right, you guys, a small deep breath just so we don't spread our germs, but we just like relax a little bit. Ah,
It's all about relaxing.
wow. It is.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. We're
Yeah, I think we're firing.
maybe a
all
little three,
cylinders.
two, one there.
Un, dos. Un, dos. Okay, sorry. Uno.
Do you still want to do the Casio intro or just kind of?
No, we're in it. We're live. Guys.
We're live.
Welcome to
Wow. Are we live?
It was coming up on.
We are live.
Excellent.
Confirmed.
doing
It's
it
alive.
again.
It has
It's
been.
alive.
We're alive. Everyone's alive.
It's alive.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of Barn Time. We are here not only to have fun, but we're trying to bring the community together by bringing in a performing artist and a public figure from our beautiful community and just talk and learn a bit about each other and enjoy the arts. So before we go in, I just wanted to go around the room and introduce our technical staff because they are amazing. Today, as a studio engineer and sound engineer, we have Andrew Ware killing it over there.
Bravo.
Snaps. We got Ryan Burrell today in the house. First time ever. Videographer, managing OBS, and just you should see this place. It's lit. And I never say that word, so I'm excited.
Literally lit.
It's literally lit. Yeah.
Lit up.
It's a popular word.
And the amazing human Kyra Wilcox on the co-host
Oh.
today.
Thank you, thank you.
So don't hold back those comments. You know, engage in the conversation. He is there for you. And we have Amanda Key as the in-house photographer. She is super talented, so hit her up.
Yo.
All right.
All right. Having said that, I'm going to bring you in to our lovely guests and performing artists. Today we have Norma Hill. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, Norma.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing. And our performing artist is none other than the big boss, Bubeleh.
You said it so good.
Bubeleh. Now, before we go any further, let's just talk about that word a little bit. You know, it is Yiddish, and right now there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of Jews in here. This is good. We don't usually outcompete
The minority, yeah.
Yeah.
Clapping. Yeah.
But I thought it
We're
was
here.
Bubeleh, not Bubeleh.
Is it
I don't know.
Let's
What do you
hear it.
think?
Let's
Is
hear it.
Bubeleh or
I
Bubeleh?
spell it with A. I spell it Bubeleh.
Bubeleh?
Yeah, she spelled it Bibeleh.
I never know how to say it.
I love that word. So it is Yiddish, right? Maybe. I actually looked it up just because I wasn't sure, and it means little grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a beautiful word because I know
Like
The-
grandma's actually is Babala. Baba, you know, Baba.
Babala.
Babushka or Baba.
Oh, okay.
So it comes from there, but yeah. But mostly they call it Bubala, Bubala, little Bubala. Little Bubala.
Well, I love that. Yeah, it's such a fun word. How did you guys come up with that as a band name?
You tell him.
Just classic Vladdy. That's just classic Vladdy. Like
Yeah.
he could turn everything. He could turn like a rap song into it sounding
You know,
Jewish.
my,
It does sound Jewish.
I used to watch the character named, you know, Tank Girl, you know, on the comic books, Tank Girl. And then there was like little girl there in one of the comics. She was like little Jewish girl, like little Bubba, but she was
Yeah.
like into world domination.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, but
So
she
wanted.
was like 3 years old, but she was already into world domination.
Amazing.
So
Wow.
the Tank Girl was like, Bubba, and she had like little big guns, you know, like
Wow, she was too smart for
she's
her own
big
good.
boss. So that's why Big Boss Bubba, you know.
Oh my God.
Because Bubble is
I didn't know that.
Bubble is not the boss. Bubble is opposite of the big boss.
Yeah, I see. So was she like equipped? She had ammo. She had guns, and she's 3 years old. So how is she
She's
holding?
a little
these?
cute little girl, but she has an attitude. You know, she's like that.
Wow.
You
And
know.
that's women, you know. They're
Yeah.
strong but gentle.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that. It's a comic book.
Yeah, big. Yeah, it's a little bossy little creature, you know, that wants to kill everything.
Yeah, I'm seeing a future logo design coming into fruition here.
Yeah, it's already caricaturized
Oh.
real life.
Yeah,
Art became life.
as it does. It's a
It
beautiful
does.
thing. The creative process.
Yeah, Maya Angelou Maya Angelou says, life is pure adventure. She chooses the pure, I think, wisely because, it's a short sentence. So life is pure adventure, which means pure. And the quicker we realize this, the sooner you can start to treat life as art.
Live it.
Yeah,
Live
yeah.
the
If
art.
you believe that it's pure adventure and you're creating it, then it really is your creation. It is your art for just your entire movie, your life, and all that. I love that Maya Angelou
love
quote.
that because you can kind of be creative and kind of choose your reality in a way if you believe that. That's nice.
Yeah,
You
make it
created
up
this.
as you go along.
Yeah, make it up as you go along, and you have some confidence. Because often I feel like society just kind of like slowly peels away our layers that we're given and kind of forms us into a specific arrangement, as does happen every now and then. Norma, I wanted to ask you just a little bit about your past and how you got started creating and kind of your beginning there.
Well, I think it was because I was surrounded by art from when I was a little girl. My parents were collectors, and I just always loved art. And I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the idea that there were no rules, or not too many. And at 15, I stole my dad's camera because I loved the idea of taking a picture and having it be instantaneous.
Yeah.
And never gave it back. But I did love also color and manipulation of different items on a page, like collaging and multimedia. So I started doing hand-painted black and white photographs where I added oil paints to the photograph. And then I loved Polaroid transfer, which was also a very impressionistic way of presenting the world, because I kind of feel like the straight black and white picture, then you can sort of add whatever it is you feel like adding to it, and it personalizes it. So I just always did art. I just felt it, and never did it quite in a school where I studied it and got a degree for it, but I always took classes and just did it on my own. And so that's pretty much it. I just traveled and I took pictures, and then I played with them and
That's
had
amazing.
shows. And yeah.
That's one of the things I like about both your guys' art, and you guys come from that international perspective. You travel and take pictures and use that multimedia, and your guys' music is so worldly and comes from different avenues of the globe, and it's really unique how important travel is, or just exposure to different cultures and different music and different art, and how you mash that all together is really cool. And I can't wait to hear more about it as we go. But would you guys feel like warming up the room with the lovely tune?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is an Elton John song.
Jewish.
He's not Jewish.
He is Jewish.
He should be. I love it.
He thinks that in the movie, the recent one, that like you can see that his family's Jewish. And like I even asked Jimmy today, I was like, you saw that movie, is there any reference? He's like, no, he's not Jewish. Okay. Jewish, fine, enough with that. It's an Elton John song that not many people know. It goes like this. In the quiet, silent seconds, I turned off the light switch and I came down to meet you. In the half-light the moon left while a clustered nightjars sang some songs out of tune, while a mantle of bright light shone down from the room. Come down in time, I still hear her say, it's so clear in my ear, like it was today. And come down in time was the message she gave. Come down in time, I'll meet you half the way. Well, I guess I should have heard her as yet, but I ain't heard a thing. But a true love like hers is a hard love to get. I walked almost all the way, and I ain't heard a call. But I'm starting to think if she's a coming at all, come down in time. I still hear her say, and so clear in my ear, like it was today. And come down in time was the message she gave to me. Come down in time, and I'll meet you half the way. There are women and women and women, and some hold you tight, some leave you counting stars in the night.
He's Jewish.
Stop.
That was
was awesome.
beautiful.
That was beautiful.
It's a beautiful Elton John song
You guys
with a
have
message.
you guys have such good chemistry together. It's so apparent in the music and just in everything. It just comes together so naturally. I mean, I could tell you guys have played before once or twice.
10 years of torture, I call it. But if you go through torture, maybe you land.
Okay.
Yeah. What do
Makes
they
you
say?
strong.
Like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
We
like.
like challenges, us artists.
Yeah. Helps you grow.
Give me an art class. Yeah, just challenge me.
Do you guys have any shows coming up this during the COVID times? I know
Tomorrow.
you got a show tomorrow.
Well, if it doesn't rain and we go to the Bella Vista Social Club in La Jolla, it's just a fabulous, gigantic terrace. They feed us. It's loud, you know. We're getting Frank, our buddy, the drummer, to play with us
Oh,
tomorrow.
You know Frank from the Music Mart?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no
yeah.
way. Frank from Music Way.
Frank
Yeah,
Roberti.
he plays drums with us.
Oh, wow. He's ultra legend.
Yeah.
He gave
Yeah,
my
he's so funny.
he gives my brother
He's
lessons.
always mad
but-
about something.
Yeah.
He always
Oh, yeah.
has the best. Like you ask a question though, and he just dives in right away. I was like, what do I like? I don't know much about snare heads. Just like
Yeah.
I should know more, but I don't. But he was like, oh well, let me. And then I was there for like an hour and a half.
I wish him happy birthday on the Facebook. A couple of days ago was his birthday. He gave you like most negative answer I could.
He's very
Nice,
good, man.
nice. Yeah, classic.
He's like,
Left
yeah,
to
I
him.
know. I'm getting
We love him
old,
for it, yeah,
I have
exactly.
that and have this and this. Thanks for reminding me that I'm, all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
Love
we
you,
do our
Frank.
Facebook show once a week, religiously at 5 p.m. on Sundays, sharp.
Nice.
On a Big Boss
Okay.
Bubeleh page.
Okay.
On the Facebook.
That's how we've been dealing with it. And we actually, yeah. It's good for us, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah.
good to put yourself out there, especially nowadays. It's like everyone has a computer or a phone. They can tune in at any time. 5 o'clock on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys heard it. Big Boss Bubeleh.
Yeah.
Is it Bubeleh or
Be there.
I'm just
Oh,
trying to
I
look up-
fuck it up every time.
Okay.
Family show.
Bubeleh.
Can you say that?
Bubeleh.
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 Bubeleh. Bubeleh. It helps when you say
Bubeleh,
it.
Bubeleh.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
Bubeleh.
You have to do your finger, the finger thing, yeah,
The finger thing helps
to
a
get
lot.
it.
But there's variations. There's like
Bubeleh,
bubachka, bubchik, bubalito, bubchik. There's many little different. How you call the word?
Alterations.
Yeah. what is it?
Yeah, they do that in
Endearment?
other languages
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out one of these days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe tonight.
I wanted to ask you guys, both you guys, and whoever wants to start first, just because of the international influence, where do you guys tend to draw your creativity from? Is there a specific place that you guys kind of think about that feels your creative flow when creating a piece or when writing? Obviously, we live in a beautiful place, so I'm sure there's some inspiration from that. But is there one place in particular that you're just like, oh my God, that's the heart of kind of my creative flow?
Well, I think with the internet now, there's so much that's opened up. Like to me, nature was always the most wonderful thing and the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It could be just so simple, so complicated. It was just amazing. But I've also loved what people make of it. Like, I've always been inspired by other artists, and I was lucky enough to get a job at the Metropolitan Museum of Art when I graduated college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. That was the only place I could think of working.
What a good place to.
And I just feel like, we can connect with artists from centuries ago, and and we can then just create something totally new. So I don't really feel, there was one trip I took where I lived in Paris for a little bit in my 20s, which I thought was just a wonderful experience. And the architecture there and the art there was amazing. So that really affected me. But I just feel lucky, even though I sort of put down technology, I sometimes can't stop looking at just all the things that people are creating, and I just find that very inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the internet nowadays is we could tap into anywhere we want. And there's, like
Any
you said-
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to go to Italy. That would be amazing.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, I have been, but
Yeah.
I was 5 years old, and instead of really appreciating the art and the ruins, I was just more like, I want that popsicle, and I want a mountain. It was a great trip, though. It was nice to be exposed to that culture and goof around in Europe for a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you guys? Different inspirational draws from different cultures. You guys have like a gypsy jazz, calypso vibe.
We have, like in Gypsy Jazz was kind of like John Reinhardt is responsible for Gypsy
Yeah.
Jazz. And that guy really liked nature, like you're talking about. He lived in this specific area by the river. So he would go to the river and he had specific trees that he was in love with. And he would bring wine and guitar.
Do you think they all know who Django is?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Django?
Django Reinhardt, the legend of guitar playing from.
He's a father, kind of like he founded gypsy jazz music. Which is funny.
Sure.
Which is funny. In Paris, it's not called gypsy jazz; it's called manouche. But here we call it gypsy jazz. And we were in Paris, and I was like, "Where can you listen to the gypsy jazz?" He says, "We don't have gypsy jazz in Paris." What do you mean? They call it manouche music for some reason, because that's a tribe. That's a Jewish tribe that he belonged to. So that's
More Jewish.
gypsy.
So Django was Jewish to you.
And he was
Yeah.
missing some fingers.
Everybody's Jewish.
But he didn't know about it.
Okay, so Django Reinhardt,
So-
legend.
So yeah. So, but the guy, to me, he's like big deal. So he was drawing from the nature, river and trees and wine.
And mine.
Well, that's from nature. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
true.
something about nature that's so inspiring. Maybe it brings us back to our roots. It's like we kind of separate ourselves from nature and we forget that we are nature.
Yeah.
I'm a dog.
You're a dog. I'm more of a
I
dog
can live on
person
kibble.
too.
Arf.
Is
Yeah.
that your spirit animal? You feel like you're a dog?
I just relate to the dogs so much. I know what they're. I don't know. I just feel like a dog sometimes. Like that I need someone to feed me a little bit. Domesticated dog. Many things.
Yeah. If she's eat something and something will fall on the floor.
Everything's
she will
delicious.
Eat it immediately.
Yeah, and
Vacuum
it's on the
cleaner.
floor. Yeah, immediately. And everything's delicious. And I say it's delicious. Like I said it 2 times to your dad. That was delicious. That pizza was delicious. And like I feel like I'm wagging my tail like every time. Like it's just delicious to me. And I say delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be made fun of, but really he likes it because he cooks for me.
So do you think if you say that was delicious, therefore you're going to get more back? Like you know what to do to get more food?
It's more that like I just feel like I'm reacting like on a primitive level, but dog primitive.
Yeah. Your intuition.
I'm not really like I don't really scratch the cupboard like if I is there a treat in there?
Not
You
yet.
should.
Yeah.
But lately I've been like completely spoiled by this wonderful guitar
Schmuck.
player.
The schmuck.
Yeah, he's a really good cook. He's very creative in the kitchen. He gets his inspiration from everything. He brings up Django, but like he would have died without the Beatles, and they've carried him. They will carry him forever. The Beatles creatively. Every time he writes a song, it's like it's got a Beatles something in it and a Jewish something too.
I think also you have to be kind of like intelligent, you know, to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know you have to be ability to analyze what is happening, and you have to understand what is going on in the world now. You know, like you know, even though you may listen to something that happened in 20s and 30s, because it's maybe more fruitful, but you have to be hooked up and connected to, you know, like I'm listening to Halsey,
Halsey.
and then you know Billie
A
Eilish.
new
Billie Eilish.
wonderful
Yeah.
young
You know,
and Billie
suddenly
Eilish, of
there's
course.
like people who are very creative,
Yeah.
and they just appear within less a year or two.
We're
Do you-
supposed to
do you
evolve
think-
towards better.
Yeah. Do you think if Billie Eilish was around in the 1920s, that people would still be like, "Oh yeah, I love this sound"?
Yeah,
You think it's
Yeah.
timeless? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's substance in what she does. You know.
It's good. Yeah. We should pull it up
You know the Billie
another
Eilish
time.
song?
It's not time to do a song.
Do you guys know? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know one Billie Eilish song.
You do.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys feel like playing that?
yeah,
You do.
yeah. Let's play
That'd be
Billie Eilish
cool.
song.
In the spirit of the moment.
You remember those?
Yeah, I remember the words.
It's a Billie Eilish song. Let's play Billie Eilish song. Yeah.
Baby, I don't feel so good. 6 words you never understood. I'll never let you go. 5 words you'll never say. I laugh alone like nothing's wrong. And 4 days have never felt so long. If 3's a crowd, then 2 is us. 1 slipped away. But how am I supposed to make you feel okay when all you do is look the other way? And I can't tell you how much I wish I didn't want to stay. I just kinda wish you were gay. Is there a reason we're not through? Is there a 12-step just for you? Our conversation's all in bloom, 11 haze, and 10 fingers tearing out my hair. 9 times you never made it there. I ate alone at 7, you were 6 minutes away. But how am I supposed to make you feel okay when all you do is look the other way? but you make me feel helpless, yeah. And I can't stand another day. I can't stand another day. I just wanna make you feel okay.
Woo! Wow.
That was wonderful.
What a good tune.
So nice. I love how you guys were just like, oh yeah, Billie Eilish, yeah, we got that in our back pocket. no
Because it's
problem."
4 chords.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
all
see
those
that coming.
lyrics though too.
Yeah,
Where'd
all
those
the
come
words,
from?
you
You know?
I think I might have a good brain if I let it do it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a late person who believes in. Yeah,
Yeah.
my family gave me a good brain, but I've always fought with it.
Thank you, family.
Yeah, memory we got. I can see it in my nieces and nephews because we don't have any children yet, and you know, they just can. Memory is in. It's one of the skills you get in the family.
Maybe I can borrow
That's
that for a
awesome.
little
I
bit.
think you might have it.
Little
You think so?
lion's mane
Oh, wow.
mushroom tincture will help with that too.
A little mushroom tincture.
The lion's mane specific.
Oh, nice.
It's a crazy mushroom, looks like a brain, so it's like very good for your memory.
Tincture. So you put it
Fantastic
put it in
fungi.
the tea.
Or you can eat the mushroom. They sell, a couple people sell it at the farmers market. Yeah, and the tincture you just put in your mouth. They have the powder. We put the powder in the food. Stuff. It's good.
Is it a psychedelic or just?
No.
I was wondering.
Not that
But
kind.
they can have side effects as they're doing what they can do too. All of a sudden, you can have like some kind of mushroom problem. Did you see Fantastic Fungi? Didn't I tell you to see
I
it?
didn't. Yes, I didn't see
I
that.
did tell you to
I saw
see
the
it.
octopus movie though.
The octopus movie, very good.
Well,
yeah,
that's
that
all
was
that
good.
matters.
The octopus teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
That
a
was
life
amazing.
changer.
I
Yeah.
know.
I
It
like
was
went in
so
the ocean. I'm like,
beautiful.
no wetsuit, and then I was like, all right, back on the beach in 5 seconds. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know either. He and his son too. His little son.
Yeah.
They could breathe
Yeah,
under
that's
there.
right.
They just know how to breathe
You
under
fell
the
asleep.
water. I'm sure.
Yeah. They're just fish.
They figured it
My
out.
They're
octopus
fish
teacher.
humans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I would love to hear more about you talked a little bit about more the multi or mixed media, and you brought some for us
I
today.
brought something. So my work sort of evolved when I came to San Diego. I was asked to be in a show called Art Meets Fashion, where we were putting together a fashion show with artists and designers. And I had just bought a very large printer that printed on fabric because I always loved Oriental art on silks. And so it was perfect. I just was able to print images on it and work with a designer to make some pieces. And all of a sudden it was like alive. It wasn't on a gallery wall somewhere. And I
Right.
thought, and people enjoyed it. And I thought, this is pretty amazing. And I could use anything. I could use my pictures. I could use your pictures. I could create custom pieces. So I started doing that. I started making, I never thought I'd be in fashion. And I didn't really stick with the formula. I just sort of do it. And I
Yeah.
take custom pieces for people. And so one of the things I made is these shawls, which are kind of like my security blanket. And
we all
coming from
need
New
one.
York, moving here and not knowing anybody, I just sort of felt like I needed to be safe. And so I started making silk pieces with faux fur on the inside, very, very soft, and that you can sort of wrap yourself in. And I was happy because I miss winter, but the winter can be pretty cold here at night, so you can still wear things like that. And so I made them, and they can just go formal,
Nice.
informal. You can just put them on and just be
That
very
is
cozy.
Such a good
And
idea.
so I have, I do a lot of these on silk, and then some of the pieces I do, I have made in Italy, Lake Como, where they do sort of like multiple pieces. Nothing really grand, it's very small scale, but very nice quality fabrics that are very soft and just wonderful to be in. Because I
amazing.
like the idea of being comfortable
Yeah.
in my clothes.
Oh, it changes your whole confidence and how you feel, how you
Absolutely.
project yourself.
Hey
So-
Norma, do you remember the ones that you sold to Sherry Sachs of the in
The
Italy
cars,
coast?
the painted cars.
There is the Italy coast.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And,
That was on the wall though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not the clothes right
Yes,
now, but
yes.
you don't realize what you do to people. Like, I'm in her house yesterday just delivering the framed rabbis. Got a new frame. Okay. And yours are sitting there, and they're huge, and they are filling her living room. And and I've framed a lot of Italy coast, and nothing looks like this one because it's a photograph, right? It's one of your photographs, and then she hand painted some of the architecture, some of the buildings.
wow.
It's like realism meets her head.
Wow.
It sort of turns it magical a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not
Brings
quite
it to
real.
life a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and people love photographs. They love photographs of Italy. But this one is just a piece of art on top of a photograph. And then we framed them, like 15 years ago? They look so good still. It's a huge frame, big on her. You don't realize what you do to a living room. That isn't
Well,
yours.
you don't realize what you do to the picture either. Her
I'm a pretty good framer.
Yeah, her frames are also, she does incredible
Yeah, Once
work.
Upon a Frame is
Once
my
Upon a Frame is
business.
Once
the
upon a
thing.
frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Com.
how we originally met.
No
I
way.
kind of moved into her place when
And then
I
you
first
fall in
moved
love with
here
Norma.
because, the whole Jewish, cozy thing. They took me in. And
As we do.
yeah.
As we do.
so, yeah.
But art, we just both speak art.
So that's like a lock and key right there.
Artist meets framer.
Artist
yeah.
meets framer.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work together.
Oh,
we
yeah.
and we're,
Oh, yeah.
And then
That's
I lost
amazing.
her ketubah.
Oh, don't even say it. We don't
I
have
said
to
it
bring that up.
publicly.
No, you don't have to say it.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen. I'm having a brain fart at the moment. But you said what's the Yiddish word when like a partner is like really good or really like doing like a good deed or just being
The
A
mitzvah.
Or a mensch?
a
Mensch.
mensch.
Oh,
Yes.
The
and
person
you're
is a
where-
mensch.
Mensch.
Vlad, you're a
Like
mensch.
Vladdy,
Earlier
sure.
you
Same
said
to you.
you're
Call
a
him with
mensch.
any problem, he'll be right there. He'll be like,
Wow.
That's a true mensch right there.
if it has something to do with music, yeah.
I don't like how that word is so close to wrench. It's just, I don't know. I've always thought that for some reason.
never
I
thought
just
that
can't
before.
take it out. But
Oh, now you just kind of
I'm
ruined it for
sorry.
me.
I ruined it for everybody, didn't I? But it's nice because it comes quick, mensch. Sometimes it comes when it should.
Except for this time.
Except for right now. Yeah.
There's mensch and there's schmuck.
Schmuck. Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, somewhere in between that is
They're
where
both
we
necessary.
aim to be.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Don't want to be too much a schmuck.
Exactly. Yeah. Not too much.
But just
So
not too
where
much.
can one find these beautiful? Is it a shawl or is it a?
Yeah, it's
shawl.
a shawl,
Yeah.
but I also make other things. So I make caftans and scarves and different things. And you could find them on my website, which is normahill.com.
Excellent.
And and hopefully at some point we can start inviting people to my studio, which is at the Leash Tag Ranch in the most beautiful place overlooking the ocean.
Gorgeous
Wonderful
sunsets.
place to come.
Yeah.
So we can do that again. And I was at the San Diego Museum of Art for their shows in the spring that they always did, but then they had to close down. So when
Right.
things open up, I'll be more visible. But now online,
Yeah.
normahill.com.
Beautiful. Now you guys know where to get the best shawl in the entire world.
NormaHill.com.
NormaHill.com.
Yeah, write that down, Kyra.
Right in it.
Do you guys feel like warming up the room again?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
Yes.
the temperature
I think
just
it gets
kind
you
of
up,
cooled down there for a second. Got to bring the heat back.
Okay, this is a good one.
It's in French, right?
It's the French and English.
It's in French
It's
and
on it's on our CD called Big Boss Bubeleh. Et d'un petite queue de cheval, des talons qui me faisaient mal. J'ai quand même appris à voir les choses de façon plus idéale. Ben si t'y as mal à ton dos et tu te guéris, ben bravo, mais dans ton cœur une douleur qui s'arrête. Ah, pas besoin de comprendre tout, et il vaut mieux chanter tout court. Les petites qui sont toujours contentes, qu'est-ce qu'elles ont, ces amours? Et pour chanter d'un univers, et pour trouver tous en arrière. Mais couvre-moi de cette lumière.
Something. Just communicating anything. Why don't you take a sip? You do something. You just don't want to do anything.
c'est très beau, directement à le cul dans le cœur, ils jugeront. Et sans jamais se tremper dans tes eaux de glace, sans jamais se pencher pour recommencer. Recalling when I was 3, I drew a picture of me. I was stitched up with that sun, a little girl on the lawn, and the bright skies in my eyes, and my mama right by my house. And there I ran to catch up the dog. I could remember where from and comprehend everyone. And I knew just what I liked. Oh, it had to be round. And it shines in my mind. The brightest ball was the sun. And then I ran into the fog.
Little heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Find your way.
Oh, I love that so much. How hard is it not to dance to that?
Yeah?
You know?
Da boom, da boom, da boom,
I
boom.
was
boom.
ready for the
Da
boom,
da
boom.
Yeah.
I miss dancing so much.
You're a dancer.
I'm a dancer, yeah.
That's creative at the roots of the
It feels good.
spine.
just
That
to
was
let
the
it-
only other thing I wanted to be. I
Yeah?
was always a dance minor.
Oh, really?
Took classes.
What type of
loved it.
dancing is?
Modern.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, it's the best. But
Yeah.
then just music, just moving is
Yeah.
the best. Doesn't
So
have
therapeutic.
to be anything. Hmm.
Do you
We'll
do?
do it again
Yeah.
when we,
Do you
our
dance
things.
at home?
yeah, just like, improv.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then just, yeah.
It's so important. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it just lets. It's like a vessel to get to different energies, and just it's amazing how you could be having the worst day ever, and then you're dancing. Next thing you know, you just got this energy. You got this little umph, this little chutzpah. Is that a?
That was an interesting way to use it.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Or-
still trying to figure out the Yiddish.
But I think it's the music that
Mm.
just kind of, you just want to move when you hear it. Music is just fantastic, magical,
Yeah, absolutely.
inspirational. Yeah.
It's like the human language of the human makeup, right? Just
Yeah.
maybe God's language if we're humans in relation. I mean, because it has a spirituality. Then all of a sudden you're in a room and everybody can be on the same beat. And everybody kind of gets along because of music. It's just it's a big
It is
old trip.
universal. It could bring everyone together. Maybe
Being
that's what we should
alive
just do, is just
meaning
play
moving,
music,
right?
Mhm.
Alive, you move.
not talk.
Yeah. No matter where you come from, it's like you can understand what's going
Expression
on.
of life. Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
is movement, right?
Life is movement.
Yeah, so you dance when you're alive. When you're alive.
At least we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys had an album come out a couple of years back, right? It was, how do you pronounce the
It
name?
was à droite.
À droite.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I asked.
To the right.
To the right.
Yeah.
So are you always going to the right, or what was?
Well,
the,
then
It's a story. It's a story.
I drew
Yeah.
2 moons, on the front of the album. You know that painting, Norma, with the 2 moons and the hands begging for help or something? You know that one? It's a big canvas I drew, and then it fit exactly on the CD cover,
Oh wow.
And there's 2 moons, because we always think, well, we're sure there's 1 moon. But what if there are 2 and another one's coming or something?
So the story began.
I don't know about that story. It takes a long time.
No, that's just take it quickly.
We got all the time.
It's not really that critical.
It's critical.
It's
I
critical.
love it. It's great.
Say it
It's
already. Just do
crucial.
it. It'll be over already.
Well, because it's a visual. Like, my family goes back to France. I'm from France, and we go back to France. We see our old friends. There's a wedding that makes us all go back, and it's like 15 years ago or something? And 20, maybe. Okay, my dad's turning 70, so yeah, 15 years ago. And It's a beautiful day. We go from Paris to Normandy. The whole family's invited in this little cute Normandy home. We go on a bike ride in the morning. The winds are blowing the wheat. You know, the wheat's as tall as you. It's just blowing the blue sky, everything gorgeous, happy, croissants.
Get to the point.
Yeah, that's right.
I was there
So,
though. I was in that moment.
My dad, we're all told that this hill is a little bit tricky and you should maybe take it slow, even though it looks small. But my dad decides to like wild man it and waits for everyone to pass and move ahead so that he can pick up speed and really test this hill out. It's actually not really like him to do that. But he did it, and then when I'm the last straggler, he goes, "À droite!" Which means I'm coming fast on the right. And I thought a few things real quick. I was like, move over to the right. You know, that's how my brain thinks. So I move over to the right, and that ended that day's happiness because he broke 10 ribs. He was really hurt.
Wow.
They call me the rib breaker. And
Quite
yeah.
the title.
Well, I also hurt my sister's boyfriend's ribs accidentally, so they call me the rib
Oh,
breaker.
you're
Now,
notorious.
Wow.
What is
Yeah.
it about the ribs? Like that's where you aim notoriously, or
it was two, different moments in life, but one I pushed him because he was going to catch the football and I was on the other team. He broke his ribs. Now we're on the sand. I don't know, you know.
Happens all the time to the football players.
Yeah, except he's really skinny, like, intellectual guy, and he broke his ribs. And then my dad, who's recovered completely, Vladimir wrote a song, À droite, And then À droite has that, like, connotation of being more serious, because when you asked where art, where do you get your inspiration from, like, even though I'm kind of a happy person, I get it from like sadness and suffering, and like I'm not done suffering over the Holocaust. I'm not done. I thought Jojo Rabbit.
How convenient.
Why?
Something fine, you found
Yeah,
something.
Jews suffer. Okay, so then Jojo Rabbit. You saw Jojo Rabbit, and it like helps to like turn around the sadness. I thought that was really important. I'm probably lost in
Her
my.
father actually couldn't take it. He couldn't see the movie. He couldn't watch the movie. He walked out as soon as he saw people hanging on the poles, he just left.
Yeah, because he's a survivor of the Holocaust. So,
Yeah.
and he's the happiest man you would meet.
Yes.
Period. Charming, French, happiest, singing. Like when he comes to visit at the frame shop, he's singing. As
Yeah.
he's walking in, I'm like, I'm with clients.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Loud. He's a loud man.
And the food too. That's another
When he
Jewish
brings us
thing.
the-
You always
Yeah, the mom and dad show up with food. People are like, where are we?
That's amazing. It's a party
Sushi.
wherever you go. To the right.
Yeah, à droite it's called.
Thank you for sharing that story.
Oh my
I feel
God.
like we all
That
had to
was
hear
fun.
It was critical.
that. Don't go near my ribs, please.
Yeah, yeah. Don't play football with
we
me.
better
Or
walk out very
Or how we
carefully
know?
tonight.
I like them intact. They're-
Exactly.
They do things. You can
they
twist
do
around.
things.
It's a
That's-
painful-
yeah,
Everybody
it's a
recovered.
painful break.
Everybody
Nobody
recovered.
died.
Good.
Yeah, and
Good.
Vlad, you're just, turning a tragic experience into a song. That's so beautiful. I feel like that's the artist way, just to take the sadness, embrace it, and then create.
Yeah, I like the songs that relate to events in reality, especially if it's not my ribs broken.
And I like how upbeat and like, it's that song has so much like, yeah, it. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It jumps. It's just like it's bumpy.
Yeah.
Maybe you were bumping. It was a bumpy road.
Yeah. Foxtrot. That's a gypsy thing.
I did go to Cotillion once. Foxtrot.
Oh, I also did that.
Yeah.
Foxtrot.
Do you know the foxtrot?
The dance, yeah, the formal dance.
Yeah, a little
Cotillion,
1-2 step, side to side.
Take it back now, y'all.
Take it back.
Crisscross.
Norma, I would love to talk about your fashion for change, the concept, and just a little bit about how that started up.
So it started because I always felt like I want to make giving back part of my work and my life. And I felt that I could do that with different charities and foundations. So I contacted a lot of them and then would make pieces that were ones that they could sell, to make money for their cause. So I did it for cancer and cystic fibrosis and water for life and a lot of different places. So I feel like because I can use any type of image and create what I'm doing, I could make it very apropos to whatever it is, the message is that they want to promote.
Right.
So, and I love being able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
And due to the times we're in with the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and are you looking for virtual ways to reach out and still keep that going, that momentum going, or has
I would like that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a little reclusive. I took my dad in. He's 94,
Mm.
and in the, the retirement communities, they were having to stay in their rooms,
Oy.
and so, it's a blessing, but it's also a challenge. So that's kind of happening now. But I would love to, and I'm very much able to. I'm still working with individuals who contact me through my website, and I can work custom with them. And I would like to do more in terms of sharing, classes and creativity with people. I feel like people really need it now.
right?
And I'd love to do that more. I
Yeah.
love teaching, and
Do you have?
that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just giving back and having those interactions with different people and seeing the lights turn
because
on.
I believe that everybody's an artist. People don't believe it sometimes themselves, but I do believe that's true. And so, yeah.
Do you have
I like to
advice for
inspire that.
people that, since we're all kind of cooped up, do you have advice for people to get creative at their houses, like things they can do, different ways to get engaged? I mean, probably the best way would be just to contact you at your website and then probably start that conversation.
Sure,
But
that's possible. But
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think it's. I see creativity in everything. Like when you cook, or what you're going to choose to put on that day, or whatever. But when you're doing something more hands-on, I know for me, the day can just wander by itself and be over. So it's really important for me to choose a time and a place to do it. So I have accumulated a bunch of art things that I have in a certain space, and I have the table that I work on, and then I have to actually make the time to do it.
Right.
And that's really the way it works for me. Maybe not everybody, you have to sort of find your own thing, but that's how it works for me, and maybe for other people too. But people can always contact me, and I can work individually, and I hope to be able to share it more with people
yeah,
in the coming weeks and months.
yeah, it seems like the best thing you could be doing during these times, especially with the next peak around the corner, and just to get creative. And I feel like a lot of people are like, well, what am I gonna do? What do I like? It's reaching into that creative outlet is a great thing to do. With people you live with or by yourself, and create, turn those negatives into positives, like Vlad did with Turn Right. How do we say that again?
To the right, à droite,
À droite.
à droite.
À droite. Do you guys have we talked about the creative inspirations and kind of where you get your fire from. Do you feel similar where it's like, inspiring people, or does it come from, a negative experience or interaction, and you kind of sit on that for a while? Or
Yeah.
is it a little bit of everything, or how do you process your creative flow?
Go for it.
Is there a thing, as a musician, you listening to other people, and then you practicing those other things, and then they kind of like materialize, crystallize into this little thing, and then eventually you go through life, you have some lyrics or something, or you hear something, So if you are functional musician, if you're evolving all the time, if you're working on something, you have some interesting thing to do, like, the chord progression or some mode or whatever. So then you connect all those ideas that you have musically with whatever you have poetically,
Is that how you guys write? Just kind of back and forth? Just start with a chord progression and then add a melody? Or is it kind of variable, changes each time? Or
Changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depending on the mood?
Yeah. But
Yeah, like we were practicing that John Lennon song, Isolation,
yeah.
and it has a walk down, right? And then the next song he came up with has the walk down because it was in your.
Right. That always happens.
You steal, you borrow, you know.
Right.
You're lending it out anyways. I don't know. It's all like one big soup of you're allowed to take.
No, you also give back.
Yeah, you're just making your own art. It's like, am I allowed to paint a Picasso woman and then put a little boat, an extra, like I am. Just gonna.
Yeah, and you develop your own unique style with all your inspirations, and then you give to the world kind of a
Yeah.
new, create new monster, and then people get inspired by that, and it all keeps going from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was recently an interview with Paul McCartney, from the Beatles, and he was talking about that. There was the same question,
Mm.
and he says that it's in him because his father was a piano player, so he grew up listening to a lot of stuff. So he says it's all inside of him. He just needs to create condition in life when it comes out.
Yeah, I've heard some songwriters, like,
Love
did you guys listen to Jeff Tweedy or Wilco?
Mm-hmm.
He was always saying he just, like, tries to forget, like, get outside of himself. Like, he'll just have, he writes his songs by just jamming with his band, and then he'll just free flow, unconscious style. And then he's like, "Oh, cool! That's a neat idea. Let's expand on that."
If you pressed record, sometimes you get to be like, okay, let's see what just happened, because you can't do it out of intellect and force, or right. It's freedom.
You gotta find that just like innate, just whatever it is.
Flow.
I don't know. Do you guys have a song that you feel like
Yeah.
is
A good segue.
a little segue for this
little
one?
segue.
A little segue.
Little sexy segue.
A little sexy segue.
Which one?
Slowly but surely.
It's a pretty sexy segue. Yeah.
Slowly.
Ow. Yeah.
You.
E. E. Uh-huh.
Like this progression was it's 3 million other songs, just 2 chords, right?
When I come home, baby. Okay. My
And
thoughts are
three-
pan and
three other
my
million
thoughts
songs.
are free. You ain't around, baby. I was proving your point.
Excellent.
Slowly but surely, I was falling down. My hands were heavy, and I made no sound. I ended up so high. I almost lost my mind. And I ain't got no intention to deny the buzz. I found someone, and he says he does. And what it is not exactly clear. But that's the thing I wanna hear. You know, dreaming in a perfect limbo, hanging on a broken line, and like an open hi-hat cymbal, longing on a glass of wine. But my mind is not the clearest, and I ain't got half a clue. But let me tell you, easy does it. Always turns out to be true. Oh, and I ain't got to be no so bad just wanted to be the most important one. He had to sit around and playing big guitars. Oh, in exotic Zanzibars. So, dreaming in a perfect limbo, hanging on a broken line, and like an open hi-hat cymbal, longing on a glass of wine. Oh, but my mind is not the clearest, and I ain't got half a clue. So let me tell you, easy does it. It always turns out to be true. I was falling down.
Yeah.
That's
was-
a Vladdy song. Love that
Laddie.
song.
I love the open hi-hat cymbal
Yeah.
lyric. That was
Yes,
one of my
yeah, you
favorites.
got it. Yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah. It's it's a close hi-hat and the open.
Right?
I'm a drummer, I started as a drummer.
You're a great bass player too. I've seen you
Yeah.
play many instruments
Drums,
so well.
he's ridiculous. He's
Yeah,
a clown.
He called me the first time we played a gig. She called me. She said, "You are the worst fucking drummer in the world." I go, "Why?" Because you kept the tempo. I wanted to speed up, and you just kept the tempo.
Ah,
It's
that's
not
hilarious.
at all how that happened.
I love it.
You don't let me to speed up. You stay the same.
He wrote that song in Russian.
Really?
Yeah,
And then you guys translated it?
he translated it.
Wow.
He's been a poet his whole life.
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful song.
Tell him your first
Yeah.
poem.
Do you want to recite your first poem?
I don't remember. It.
Я no Pushkin, я no Belinsky, я Vladimir Yarovinsky. It's Russian.
I like that.
Sounds
the
great.
translation?
I don't know what it means,
Odlichna.
but it sounds good.
Hey, what's the translation?
I'm not Pushkin, I'm not Belinsky. I'm Vladimir Yarovinsky. Like he was putting himself with great poets at like age 4.
I love
It's
it.
like I'm not Plato, I'm just Vladimir
Yeah.
Yarovinsky.
That's so cool.
That's amazing. And it's only gotten better from there.
I think so.
Yeah.
He has yeah.
I love that. I love that. That last song is really beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing. And I think we're almost at our ending here. We're at the hour mark. So thank you so much. I still think we should do one more song, and potentially, if you're open to it, like a little. Last time we did a little jam outro, where everyone had a little percussion and ruined you guys'
Yeah,
rhythm.
let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think so?
Let's do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Well,
start the groove and we play the song.
before we fade out, Norma Hill, thank you so much for being here. NormaHill.com, right?
Yep.
So
Thank
people
you.
check out their stuff, and I love your work and how, like you said, multimedia or what was the right term? It was when you combine two
Mixed
arts.
media.
Mixed media.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure
course.
having you, and thank you guys as well. I love your music. It's so raw and original, and I don't know.
Old.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really something special. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Amanda, do you want to grab some percussion over there? Maybe.
I think Kyra's
Amanda
Kyra's on it?
percussion.
Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of pinned in, so I can't grab
What are you
anything.
gonna do?
I'm gonna grab something.
All
A little
right.
shake something.
All right. Oh, thank
A
you.
little shake chakra.
Maybe
All right.
Something funky.
Oh, you got something.
Yes, thank you so much. Are you gonna be shaking too?
No, maybe take your photos of you guys
Okay.
shaking.
Okay. Okay.
You want to do a Beatles song?
Whatever you guys
Oh, we're
want.
still live, huh?
Yeah.
Just because
yeah.
it feels like we're pausing and we're not. Cut to commercial break. Honky cat. And then we already did an Elton John song.
Fine. We'll do another one.
Still live. We're doing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
cowbell
do
action?
do
Heck
we
yeah.
Do the jam.
This one.
I don't know. Do you have a good song?
Power of
Maya's,
Shakers.
just do Maya's mom.
All right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Big Boss Bubeleh.
Because over. Okay,
Big Boss Bubeleh is fine.
this is a song called
Title
Big Boss
track.
Bubeleh.
The title track.
Oh, good.
Yeah, title track.
Okay, let's start
Our theme song.
the group.
When the big boss Bubeleh, comes into the town, that's it. The Bubeleh
Bubeleh.
that can fool around. And when the branches from the trees shake it, they're falling leaves. A carriage takes another swing at love song number 3. But still the big boss Bubeleh
She brings
brings
9 days a week.
'cause there's no other Bubeleh
That really knows the stick.
So guess yet is right ahead. And that's the northern lights. Have a beer, relax, my dear, relax,
Relax.
Relax.
relax. But name it to your website. And let us raise a glass or two
For the lovely boss.
Say
Say
hey,
hey to the Bubeleh
Bubeleh.
hey, Bubeleh,
and the Zack,
the Zach,
the host,
the
Zach.
holy host,
and the holy Zack,
We love you, Zach.
Oi,
and the Holy Ghost, and Zack and the Holy Ghost.
on percussion. Nice.
Wow, you guys. Let's take it on the road, huh?
Take it on the road. We're in the barn.
Amazing. You guys, is that the theme song? I feel like that is the theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Boss Bubeleh.
I love that. That is so fun.
Vladimir.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Big Boss Bubeleh, Norma Hill, everyone involved. What a great time.
Yeah,
I had
thank
fun.
you
Yeah,
for
thank
your
you.
Yes,
for
thank
doing
you.
it.
who you
for
are and
having
your
us.
taste and just thank you. You
Wow.
make a community doing this.
Thank you. We all do, and we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Episode 3, Barn
Good
Time.
barn time, man.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ryan.
Thanks,
Thanks, Amanda.
Kyle. Thanks, Vladdy. Thanks, Norma.
Cue the demo track.
Okay, boo boo.
Cue the
Stay
Casio.
happy. You have to be happy. Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was really great,
What?
you guys.
Oh,
Well,
Woo.
what?
Or these nice.
Thank